Yeah. We want to thank you all for tuning in today. This episode of the Fortune Cookie Podcast is sponsored by Jesse's Boys, located on 60th and Market. Go get you some wings, chicken fingers, fries, onion rings, whatever you might need. They even got the option for you to pre-order your food. Y'all better make sure y'all go holler at Jesse's Boys on 60th and Market. Black owned too, baby. Philly, we better represent. Call that number right away, 215-307-9787. Call right now to order that food. They got burgers, wings, and more. Jesse's Boys. Listen, I popped up on this lady, my twin sister, okay? One of the people who had motivated me my entire life, who had to deal with my craziness, my blah blah my entire life, okay? I had to pop up on her, and she not even letting me get through nothing. She want to see the questions.
I don't think this, I need to be...
What?
I need to
freelance hairstylist, entrepreneur, you know... Very intelligent. Tia Michelle.
Aww.
If y'all don't know, y'all know now. She has on her own shop. Okay, now she be traveling like she always said she was going to do. And that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about today. This is my twin sister, if you haven't noticed. Okay, ever since we were kids, she always said that she was going to be a hairstylist. She was going to travel the world. She was going to go to Paris. She was going to go to college. Everything that she said she was going to do, everything she said she wanted to do, she is doing. And then she has so much more to accomplish. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Thank you for doing this for me. I'm so excited. All right, Temple Owl.
Yes.
Okay, straight out of high school, you said you wanted to go to college. Me, no, but that's something that you said that you wanted to do. Can you explain your experience with that? What did you major in?
So after college, I went to Temple. Even though I wanted to be a hairstylist, it was like, you know, the go-to. But I always knew that I wanted to go to college just because I wanted to just further my education. I always knew that I wanted to be a salon owner when I first started. And so when I went to Temple, I decided I wanted to major in entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And when I got there, I stayed on campus, even though, you know, before I'm Philly, but I wanted to get the experience of being on campus. Even though I was just like an L and a sub right away, I still wanted that experience. So stayed on campus my first year. She stalked me a little bit.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I was about to say that.
Yeah, I
was sleeping in the bed with her. Yes, I was.
So the first year I went, and then that's when I wanted to actually be more exposed to the hair industry, even though I was in college. So I worked in the salon as an assistant. And I was like, okay, well, I need to get my license because, that's what you have to do in order for you to further yourself in your career. But I was like, I didn't want to wait until I was done college to decide to be like, okay, well, now after 4 years, I didn't want to be assistant for 4 years. Like that was never happening. So I decided to take off for a year. Everybody thought it was the worst decision ever. They were like, you're not gonna go back. Like, nobody ever goes back to college when you leave. Like, it was the dumbest decision ever. Everybody thought it was just like so absurd to just leave college and then go get your cosmetology license. Like, it just didn't make sense because, to other people, because they were just like, well, why would you not finish there to just do hair?
Like, it's
because it was just, everything is just because everybody does hair. Everybody think they can do hair.
Yeah.
If you can throw in a weave, if you can do some braids, everybody thinks that they can do hair. But I always knew that I wasn't average. I never wanted to be average. So I already knew that I was going to be there for 9 to 10 months. I gave myself that limit to be like, okay, just in case stuff happens, because it's supposed to be 9 months when you go full time.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, I'm gonna give myself that little leeway of that extra month because anything can happen. So that's what I did. I went to school. I went to Empire Beauty School in Center City.
She followed me there too, man. It's just not. It didn't work for me, man.
I was like, every day she came and I was like, why are you here? Like,
because you know why I did it though. Remember, I got pregnant. Like, a lot of things.
Yes,
listen, she always had a plan. You always had a plan. I really did. I had to really figure it out. Like, I really didn't know what to do. Like, I knew that I wanted to, dance. I wanted to, remember I used to do acting. I was really all over the place for a long time. I really didn't know
we did do hair together.
Yeah.
Remember, when we first started doing hair when you knew how to braid first, right? So Teresa knew how to braid, China knew how to braid first. And she taught me. Yeah. And then I was practicing. And this when we were, 11?
Yeah, we were really young. We started like 8 or 9 though.
I didn't.
I started about 8
Remember,
or 9
I wanted
from
to be a
material.
fashion designer.
Yes.
So
she
I
used to
wanted
cut
to be-
up everything. Everything. It was so many clothes everywhere.
Listen, I wanted to be a fashion designer. And this is the reason why.
About that.
The reason I wanted to be a fashion designer because mommy was like a not a designer, but
she knew how to sew.
She used to make clothes back in the day. So I was like, we ain't have mommy, so I was like, I'm gonna do something that mommy didn't do. I'm gonna make her proud, blah blah blah. And I like fashion.
I never knew that was
but
why
that was
you
the reason
did
why. I was like,
that.
I wanted to do something that mommy didn't do.
Wow.
And I was like, this will be something that's gonna make her proud, following in her footsteps. And I couldn't draw to save my goddamn life.
And I could draw.
I was like, well, how can I be a designer when I can't visually show somebody what I want?
You were just cutting stuff up.
You was cutting everything up, cutting, tying, gluing, any type of glue. Crazy glue, hair glue. I was doing shit together. I didn't care. Like, so... And that was something I really, really liked.
Yeah, and remember the reason why we started learning how to do hair because
our hair looked like shit.
Our hair looked like shit, bro. Like, our hair was so natted.
But I was going to school, my micro was falling in class.
Oh my God. It was so bad.
Because we had people that could do our hair. Samira cousins and stuff like that. But everybody was young. You don't want to sit around and do a little kid's hair when their mom should be doing it. So we started early. We were doing hair,
and I'm not gonna lie. I used to force you to do. I used to force. She
forced me to do her hair. I was a quiet one.
Yeah, she was very. She was very shy when I was very loud and just like very
outspoken, and I was very laid back, and I didn't really talk.
And then after a while, though, shit, all that shit.
Yeah, I had to start speaking up because
she was like, I'm not doing shit.
So
I'm not doing nothing.
No matter what she said.
This is why my hair be look at this compared to this.
This why I'm doing her goddamn hair now. So I'm doing her now because she don't appreciate me for what's
and when she do, I
tell her. You know what I'm saying? So you followed me.
I followed
and
her.
She didn't stay. She did not graduate.
I was pregnant.
Yeah, she was pregnant. You were like 5 months.
I was like 5 months, and then because I was about 7 when I finally did leave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was about 7 months.
She was all stomach. So
and honestly, it wasn't the fact that. Like again, you know what I mean? We're twins, so it's still certain things that we did together that, like, remember, people look at twins like one person sometimes.
I ain't never even like.
And not listen, she's not like being a twin. When we was younger, people say y'all twins. She always said no, we're not twins. Because clearly come on, you know what I mean? So that's
what it was. The whole. You're one. I didn't like that. Like I mean, of course I love my sister, but I didn't like being, first I was always shy anyway. The shyness, I think, even though I was shy, I still felt like I wanted to be my own person. So that was me like trying to get out. So when it came to us as a whole, I was like, well, I'm not her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it didn't help that I was following you, so then that didn't help. So I never liked being a twin. And remember, mommy didn't even, when we did live with mommy, she didn't dress us up.
Yeah, mommy was the only one that had to be us.
So when we moved with everybody else, it was like
we wear the same thing.
Had to wear the same thing. So then when we got older and we started doing each other hair, we made sure our hair was the different color, even if it was the same style. You had motherfucking 30 and 27 individuals, and I had one B bitch. No, one B and I had 33. No, I had 350 at one point. So we always made sure I didn't like it. And then when we was in school, it would be like, you Teresa or the other one. Like it was like nobody remembered your name. Yeah, nobody was like who I was. Not that I really cared. I didn't fuck about nobody anyway. Because I was in my own, world or whatever. I had my friends or whatever. But it still was like annoying. Like we're not the same, and we had totally different outlooks. We knew we were different since we were, And
it's hard because people literally try to make it seem like you won, like you had to do the same.
Because
remember they put us in the same classes, like we get it. I get why people try to do it to keep us together, but not understanding that it kind of made us clash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was
like that was so. You know what I mean? Like it was so bad. Like putting us in the same class, like that was a lot because you grow out of that.
Up, so.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying in general, even when we were younger. You know what I'm saying?
When we first started,
we wanted to be together. But what I'm saying is, as you grow into your own identity, I didn't want to go to neuroscience. You know, I didn't want to go.
Oh, right. I like neuroscience.
You know what I mean? And you like neuroscience. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to dance.
As we got older, we did start to see the difference. So then the hair school thing, I think that's when you kind of realize, like, all right, I ain't gonna follow her.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't know why I thought in my mind that I would be able to perform at fashion shows and do hair. Why would that make sense? In my mind, I thought that. And then I did, the person that I was with didn't, like, he's retarded, so he couldn't tell me, like,
because you always had plans, but they ain't like
messed up right.
It was like too much shit. Like it was like I'm here, and then none of it was coming. So that's So I get that whole part. Like,
and I understood then that when I went to hair school, I understood then, like, oh, this isn't my dream. This is literally my sister's dream. Like, that's you. You know what I mean? But that's the thought with me though. Like, what made you? Because like I said, you always had a plan. Me, no. Like, what made you still always have that same mentality to keep going? What made you still have the mindset of, fuck what everybody got to say, I'm going to go do everything on my timing? Because you've always had that drive no matter what. Like, forget what everybody's saying. I can go do this. I can do that the way I want to do it.
I think it just was a matter of, like, how we grew up, like, not being consistent with a lot of stuff. Like, we were kind of all over the place. So I always knew that eventually, and I think I remember, like, the specific day. I think we were probably like 12 or 13. I think we were like 12 or 13, and we were at one of our aunt's house. And I just remember, like, just wanting so much for my life. And I felt like once I was in a predicament where I could be in control of my situation as far as a job, as far as my living situation, I always knew that I was always going to make sure I was okay.
Yeah.
Above and beyond. Because I felt like at the end of the day, no matter what I go through or whatever happens to me in life, nobody's in control of that but me. So the fact that I'm in control, I can't let myself down. Everybody else already let me down.
So the disappointment was made you like, I gotta be good for me.
Exactly. And then it just was like, I mean, I know that's the reason why I became a workaholic. Like, you know, when I went to school, I was in Empire, whatever. I worked in a salon.
Yo, you was working so many jobs.
I was working
IHOP, like.
Oh yeah, no, but I was still in college. I was still in college when I was at IHOP and Applebee's.
Oh,
I was in college.
I forgot about that.
But then when I went to hair school, I was in a salon because I knew I wanted the salon experience, and I wanted to be able to apply everything while I was learning it. Because that was the only thing I was going to be able to retain the information. So when I was in hair school, I went, you know, and was working in a salon. And I finished, and I knew I was going right back to college. Yeah. I knew, like, I finished, I think, in either April or May. January, I already knew that I was going to, I signed up for my FAFSA in January. Yeah. So, and everybody, like, you ain't going back. I already filled out the fucking paperwork. And it was like, okay. And then it's like, it's so funny how the people who give so much advice and direction don't be having their own shit together. Like, it will appear to be like, oh yeah, this person's, and then you be like, you don't know where are you going in life? You be grown. I mean, it was so many people from daddy even told me, like, why would you do that? What, you know? And at the time, I had a good, she don't have a good relationship with her dad, but I do. Just talked to him earlier. But that's okay. So daddy told me that, and I was like, okay, dad. Like, I'm not being rude to nobody. I'm like, okay, because this is what average people do. Yeah. So I can't explain my shit to people who think average.
Yeah.
I can't. What you want? You want to think I'm fucking crazy. Yeah. You're going to think that I'm making crazy ass decisions because you're average and you have an average mindset and you have a small person's mindset. Your knowledge, it can't even grasp the fact that I can do some shit like that. So then I went straight back to Temple, and when I got back there, I was a little lost because I knew I wanted to do entrepreneurship, but I knew that I wasn't strong with math. Okay. But I still was. It didn't matter. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to, because it's failure wasn't an option. I knew I was going to graduate. Once I started, I got to figure this shit out. Yeah. So I had to eventually change my major. Okay. Because I couldn't do it. and then too, like in the business school, it's very corporate. I knew that in business it was creativity that I was going into. I was going into the hair industry. It was different from corporate America.
Yeah,
so I'm not showing up to class with a fucking suit on. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up with some heels and make, like, you know, but I'm not going to have a suit on. I might have a fly ass poncho on or something. You get what I'm saying? Like it's going to be different. I'm going to have on all black the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just different. So I was like, you know, this not working. So I found my niche. I figured it out. And the whole entire time that I was in college for the next 4 years, I worked in a salon and I worked my way up. So by the time my last year of school, I had already got introduced to a different side of the hair industry as well. In Philly, all we know is salons. Yeah. That's all we know because that's all we have. I didn't know about working on set, working on for commercial print. I didn't know about TV and film. I just did. It never even came to my mind because
that's what I'm saying.
Nobody
ever get into that. I remember you being an assistant. Then
I was
going to having your own salon, but that's even big. So before you even get to print, how was that?
I was in print before I opened my salon.
For real?
Yeah, okay. I was in. So I started assisting 2014.
Okay.
And I graduated 2015.
Okay.
So I was working in a salon. I was working fresh growth. Yeah. And people be like, oh, these little jobs. When you know that you're on the right path, I don't give a fuck what job it is. You should take it because if it's paying a bill, it's paying a bill.
Okay.
So the salon, I was, you know, still building my clientele, but I still needed a steady paycheck to pay my phone bill and shit like that. Yeah. I didn't have too many bills, but eventually by the time I was done, I had my own place. So I had bills, so I had to find more of an income. So multiple streams of income was always my go-to. So I started in 2014 in October, and I graduated college in May 2015. So I had been working in the industry as far as being an assistant on set and for doing hair and makeup assistant, which was totally different from assistant in a salon.
Really?
So totally different world. So then I opened my salon in 2016, and I still was working in the salon, working on set, taking little jobs, working in the bar, like little shit. I was doing everything.
But how though? I mean, not like how, but like tell me that experience from going from being an assistant and being your own boss. Like that had to be crazy too. Like did that change your mindset?
No, because you know what? When I was in beauty school, the salon I was working at, the owner was already preparing me to be owner, and I didn't even know. Like, listen, God puts all the pieces in His place. So she was already like she would have me do everything that she was doing or preparing to do.
Right.
So she would teach me everything that she was doing with the business, even down to the website.
Oh wow.
Book. Yeah. So the website. Not necessarily payroll, but it just was like everything that she was doing, she was teaching it to me as she was doing it. So the way she interact with clients, because you know the owner is different, you know, communicates different than the staff does, or how she is with hiring people. Whatever. Like I just will watch her do everything, and I was with her for 2 years. So, and I used to be sitting there like, why is she like, I don't want to learn this, like, you know, because this is my second salon I'm working at. And I became a junior stylist there. The first salon before that, I was an assistant. So this, when I went there, I was assistant again, and then I became a junior stylist.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm not ready for this. Like, I didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing this was my preparation. So you figure this was 2011. Wow. This was years before I even opened my salon. Opened my salon in 2016. But every salon I went to after that, I always applied everything that she taught me. Okay. So, and then when I went to college, I was able to apply it more because when I switched my major in Temple, I switched it to public relations. So,
but didn't you have an internship with I remember you saying me something about an internship with an entertainment
I can't remember
company or something.
Oh God, I can't even remember.
I was like, what?
Right, and they with rappers and stuff. In the music industry, and it was good.
Are they annoying like, you know, how I've been our entire lives, the rappers? You know?
I didn't really have to I didn't
interact with them.
Yeah, because it was more so like PR is a lot of writing, and so like I was doing a lot of writing for the directors and stuff like that.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you know, like I can't even remember what the hell that stuff was.
That's
but
a shame.
yeah, that's bad.
But that's how you know what you don't like and what you do.
And I was looking at it as an opportunity to do like local artists' hair.
Okay.
That's how I was looking at it. Like, this is the opening for maybe because every job that I ever worked at, I always looked at it like, oh, well, what if I could apply what I actually love doing to this?
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that I didn't really want to do music videos.
Okay.
When I thought about it, I was like, do I want to do it? And then I was like, do I really want to do local artists? Like, it was I was figuring it out.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so I had the internship there. I was still working at Fresh Grocer. I was working at Fresh Grocer overnight. I was in the salon. I was going to school full time. Had 4 or 5 classes, and then I started traveling to New York. So
I think I'll be tired now. Shit.
So my schedule sometimes would be, being in the salon. No, going to class, going to the salon, leaving the salon, going to Fresh Grocer, working overnight, and then depending on the day. When I would leave Fresh Grocer at 5 in the morning, I would be catching the bus to go to New York to work all day there, come back and do Fresh Grocer when I came back. So it was depending on like the day, and I was like, I felt like it was my obligation. Like I don't work as hard as, because I felt like I did it for 5 years.
Yeah.
I did it for the time that I need to. I put in the footwork, and I'm still putting in the footwork now, but it's not. I don't have to work as hard, and I feel like because I did that preparation then and there.
Because you did it
so
early.
I did it very
like
early.
I'm late. You feel what I'm saying? Like we're almost 30.
And it's
so
been
now it's been
almost 4 years since I've been out of school.
Wow.
So, which is crazy because it seemed like that shit took forever for me to get out, and then now it's like, damn, like I've been out of school for the longest or whatever. And so I did everything because I felt like I had to. I felt like I had to do it for what was coming. I didn't know what was coming next. I didn't know. I just knew that I didn't want to miss out on any opportunities. And sometimes I did overwork myself. Because I remember one time I went to go take an hour nap and I woke up the next day and I did not know where I was. Because I was working so much. They called when I was at First Grocery, they was worried. Like, she don't never just not come to work. I said, yo, I went home to get dressed and lay down for an hour until the trolley came, and I never worked. I woke up the next day, looking out my window like, it's lighthouse. Like I was really lost in my apartment. I didn't know where I was. I was lost, and I was like, you gotta slow down.
Right.
And I still pay for it because I still feel like I'm sleep deprived. I do, like, and that's why I feel like my damn memory is shot a little bit. But I did that because I just knew something was coming. Once I started getting more exposed into the hair industry. And I started to see more opportunities and more windows and more doors being opening. I was like, it's more out there, because when I went to hair school and they were like, it's $1 billion industry, and then I got in the salon and I was like, somebody fucking lied. Like, I want to know where this is. It can be in the salon. Not saying, not throwing no shade on the salons or anything like that, because salons do make it.
Yeah.
Salons be chains, and that's what my plan was. I wanted a chain of salons, but I didn't see it. Like, I was like, where is it coming from? Like, it wasn't matching up until I started getting more exposed into commercial print, TV, and film. I started doing more research. Like, I started meeting people who were willing to share that knowledge, because some people don't want us to know. And you be like, what the fuck? Like, because they think you're going to take their job.
Yeah.
There's money out here for everybody. In the salons, on set, in TV and film. It's money out here for everybody. It's not like it's a lucrative business to where we taking over and everybody is fighting for jobs. It ain't that deep. It's money out here for everybody. That is something that everybody's going to keep making movies. Every advertisement is so much money in advertising. So you're going, and people don't understand, you need hair and makeup for a advertisement.
Yes.
I was working on a set and they had models who were there, and all you see was the back of their fucking necks. They needed that shot though.
Right.
They needed the shot.
I need the neck.
And they needed, and they paid models to stand there with the fucking side of their neck, because they need this side and they need the person that they looking at, because they need this picture for context.
Wow.
They need 2 people.
Wow.
So they gonna cast 6, 8 people because they need pairs. This is what you, and they need hair and makeup, because I need to brush the fucking neck part that's there. And they need me. I was there. And I got to check.
So check. For brushing the back of this bitch neck.
Yeah, for brushing. It was the guys. It was the guys. Oh, so you know I ain't brushed shit. They already shaped up and shit. Can I step in? Gotta make sure I'm doing my job. Gotta make sure I'm doing my job. You ain't need me. You ain't need me at all.
But is that awesome though? Like from having your own, because you work so hard.
Yeah.
So do you feel like all the hard work is finally paying off? Just learning this.
It is, and I feel like I'm still not working hard enough.
Okay.
Like
that's our mindset though.
I just it's just because I'm trying to listen. People don't understand how this industry has so many different. Think about it. Y'all gotta really pay attention. There's a team that does NBC News. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It ain't the same team that's doing Fox. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All of that, and that may take however many people that need to be there, including the leads, hair and makeup leads, assistants, whatever. So once I stated, they fucked up when they told me they fucked up because I'm trying to get because and this is what I talk about with being small minded. Mm-hmm. I didn't have any idea of how big this industry is, because all we know in Philly is salons. There's a salon on every corner, like there's a fucking poppy store. In a barbershop. And I was like, I don't want to do, what if I don't want to do this? At first, I was like, I love this line and I love one set because I like the balance. Okay. And then I was like, after a while, I started to see that I was working more in a salon and not making enough that I felt like I should have been making. Not saying because you can raise your prices, but it's still compared to being on set and you don't do as much work as you do in a salon where you're doing color, cutting, and all these different things. Where on set you're just styling. Wow. Oh, I'm big on working smarter, not harder. So if I can make, for example, just assisting, I can be on set and hand my lead hairspray, motherfucking rubber bands, a brush, okay, hold the fucking irons and make sure she don't burn herself, and get paid $300. Wow. For just a cup. We call time 8 o'clock, we wrap at 5, maybe 6. Y'all fed me, you know what I'm saying? It's bacon there. I'm excited about bacon. You know, but then I gotta do a full weave. I got a shampoo. I got a braid. My fucking hands hurt. Listen, I'm getting older in the industry and I'm still young. My shit is hurting. Like, you doing shampooing. You may have to do a trim. You may have to do a deep conditioner. You doing all these things to get that amount that I didn't do. Not saying I didn't do anything, because that me as an assistant, I make a difference on set. Right. Never make it seem. I would never make it seem like we don't, because we do a lot. And I noticed once I started leading my own jobs, like my assistant definitely helps, because we have a certain time frame and we gotta have a certain amount of miles on set by a certain time. Okay. However, I got tired of working all week or sitting around all week in the salon and not bringing in what I need to bring in. And like I said, every salon is different, but I felt like I was just needed somewhere else. Okay. That was just me personally. I felt like I excelled more on set. That's just me personally. And I love the fact that it's not cookie cutter. It's not every day between the hours of such and such I gotta be in a salon, and I may be in there longer because I might have somebody come in when I'm closing or whatever. Yeah. I like to be able to be on my phone, get an email, and be like, can you come tomorrow? Okay. And the rate is such and such. And I like to be able to go, do I feel like it? Yeah. Is it worth it? Is that rate enough? I like that, because to me, that's still me being a boss. Okay. Because I'm making my own decisions of what I want to do. I might want to be home with my boo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we go 2 weeks and I'm in New York, and he's at work when I get home or whatever. And I want to be able to be like, you know what, babe? I'm not gonna go. As opposed to, I gotta be in the salon every day. I gotta, because, and that's what started happening too, which was one of the main reasons why I had to close the salon, because I wasn't consistent. Okay. And with a business, you have to have hours of operation, and I'm not in there for those hours of operation. Okay. I'm coming and going. They like, are you open? because we don't know. Like, you know, I
okay.
can't commit to that because I'm committing over here. So I have to make a decision. Do I want to stay here or do I want to? Because I can open a salon today or tomorrow.
Right.
That's the easy part. The hardest part of a business is maintaining it. But I can open a salon anywhere. That's all. I can open a salon right now in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be anywhere. However, these opportunities that I'm getting are not coming all the time.
Okay.
If I stop saying yes to an agency, they're going to stop calling. They're going to stop emailing me. Well, she ain't never available. We need an assistant tomorrow. We need an assistant today. We need, you know, like I said, I like being able to say no.
Okay.
Because I can.
Okay. So you prefer that definitely over the traveling?
I do. I love traveling. And it's a lot. It is a lot. Especially when I'm doing it back to back because, you know, the commute is crazy. And I'm not moving to New York just because I just feel like it's just a waste. Not a waste of money, but cost of living is just too high.
Okay.
And if I can commute from Philly and like I feel like if I move there, I'm only going to be working on set to live there. Whereas here, with you know, with our cost of living here, it's like I still get to live my life, you know, with the jobs and stuff. And then, you know, there is a difference also with the salon too, is that with agency work, you don't get paid right then and there how in a salon.
Oh,
so that was another dilemma that I had too with deciding.
Oh, you're waiting.
You're waiting.
How long?
Some 2 months or more.
Shit.
Agency,
oh, yeah,
2 months or more.
Right.
And then TV and film, they pay right away. Like, they get pay, you know, payroll and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's just what I decided to do, and I absolutely love it. I really do.
Okay. What's next? You know, you always wanted 10 kids in the farm. You remember that?
No. Don't talk me into 10 kids. And now I want no kids and 3 horses.
Horses?
You know, I said, my farm was only going to have horses.
You know I loved horses, though, because when we went to Camp Discovery.
Yeah. I only want a horse. I only wanted to farm for horses. I didn't want to do anything else. Just the horses.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want them for no other animals.
So what's next, though?
I don't know. I mean, just continue to travel.
Okay.
I don't see me going into the salon anytime soon. If I was to decide to open another salon, I wouldn't work in it. I would just have it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and just have people because I still love teaching. Because that's another thing I felt was very important. Is like going out in the beauty schools and stuff. And I did that for a couple times last year.
Oh, yeah.
And the year before, yeah. Just talking about like the different avenues because I feel like a lot of people weren't staying, or a lot of artists weren't staying in the salon just because they didn't like it, and they felt like there was no other option.
Yeah, there was no other option. Nobody's telling y'all. Like you said, nobody's telling y'all what's going on.
And not even that, just being the type of person that I am with any career that you're going into. Me being young and me being the type of person that just like go for it, no matter what. I felt like it was, you know, important to go into the high schools too. So I still plan to do that. Going to
I remember you went to the schools with Ali. Shout out to Ali.
Yeah, so I went to a couple schools for their career days and stuff, and because everybody just career, college, and even when we go to college, I don't think everybody needs to go to college. Like I've had the best of both worlds. Okay. So I feel like it is my duty, it is my obligation to still get the word out there, to talk about the industry, and just keep. Now I'm at the point where I'm deciding on whether or not I want to stick with agencies and as opposed to TV and film, because that's totally different too. But I love TV and film. Okay. I really do. So that's just my goal right now, is just getting into both. Making this money, that's all that it is to life.
Well, I want to thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Because, you know, I know I'm a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
What does she do?
You know, and you would know. And I love you. And I thank you so much because you have been an inspiration in my life. As you know, we talked about it. I followed you. You follow me. You know, just a learning experience. But I'm so inspired by you. Like I said, you've always had a plan. You've always, you know, and I was trying to figure it out, but I'm motivated by you. I've seen you grow so much, and I'm super proud of you. You know, you have so much more to accomplish. Yeah, we both do, but you are phenomenal. Like everything that you do, that, you know, everything that you stand for, I'm super proud of you. And I really thank you for just taking the time out. And this is season 2. This is a pop-up. I popped up on it with my wall and everything, okay? We in here, like.
I brought it in here. Like.
I put the lights